I would just like to say that in, I'm not sure of the exact year, I'm gonna say 72, 73, someplace along there, President Township had no fire department. And I was appointed by the supervisors at the time to appoint a fire chief. And during my tenure as fire chief, we built the fire hall over there. We had fundraisers, we had sportsman or deer hunter breakfast, which made us $5,000 or $6,000. We had all kinds of dinners, we did raffles, we had fundraisers, we had a women's auxiliary that worked, and I mean, that building was free and clear. There wasn't a dime owed against that building. And then the last 15 years, I mean, the place in the winter, it's a hog pen. It's almost an embarrassment to go in there. It's a pigsty. Outside the building, the one corner has, you know, just a little bit of paint or a little bit of soffit and fascia on front of the building. Doesn't take a genius to look at the building and say, hey, you know, I mean, the building's not that old. Maybe it's not the biggest and the fanciest building in the world, but it certainly meets our needs as President Township. And there's nothing to say that people can't, when the fire department sends out their letter, I mean, everybody got a letter, even though we had a fire tax, everybody got another letter for a donation to the fire department. There's nothing to say that you can't give them another 30 bucks or 50 bucks if it's important. I mean, that's the way it was supposed to work. It's supposed to be a volunteer fire department. It's not supposed to be a business that the township runs. It's a separate, completely separate business. Has its own books, has its own officers. It's not President Township per se. President Township supervisor's responsibility. It's their responsibility to provide fire protection, but it's really not their responsibility to you know, to fund the fire department. I mean, I like the fire department. I don't have any problems with it. I think that, you know, if we built that building over there free and clear, there isn't any reason why that fire department can't support itself. I mean, maybe they need to get out and do a little more fundraising, and maybe more people do need to get in and help a little bit. But, you know, you can't, I mean, look at the roads and the equipment in the township. I mean, the place is falling apart. And, you know, the loader doesn't work, the backhoe's broke down, you know, I mean, if the trucks are in shambles, the roads are terrible, which is more important, being able to drive safely to work or fund a fire department that doesn't seem to want to help itself. So, I mean, that's just my feeling. That's how I feel about it. I mean, I think if people really think the fire department's important, hey, dig into your wallet and send them another $30 when you get the letter, or $50 or whatever. But I guess I agree 100% with the supervisors. It's time that, you know, the supervisors have a responsibility to provide roads and you know, and the things that the township does, and there's not enough money to be able to do that and fund the fire department at $50,000 a year. So you need to cut it somewhere. I mean, just look around, look at the state. You know, they're cutting back money for education, and everybody's cutting their budget. It's the days of, you know, handing out money basically just to hand it out are gone. I mean, that's not the reality of life anymore. People can't afford another tax increase, and this is going to save everybody in the township a tax increase rather than have to put another $1 mil tax on top of it in order to be able to maintain and fix the equipment that's all broken down. Look at it that, you know, basically they're saving us a tax increase this year. So that's all I have to say, and that's how I feel about it.
I would like to add one thing to that. When I come out here in 1981 on a Friday night, you couldn't find a parking place at the fire hall.
Okay.
For the dinners and stuff that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
The old people fell by the way, and I mean, there's no help there. I mean,
Well, maybe, you know, maybe the fire, you know, I'm just making suggestions. Maybe the fire hall could take on some new members and open it up and get some fundraising going. Somebody said auctions, so that you guys used to have auctions before we moved here. I mean, auctions I think would be great.
oh, they'll have it.
They used to have, the fish fries were excellent. I was in high school with the fish fries. Every Friday night.
I can't believe in our fire hall just fall apart.
No, we want to keep our fire department going.
However, how many miles of roadways do we have? And we have to take care of them on .825 mills when the fire department is getting one whole mill. That doesn't seem feasible to me. But that should be that way.
Yeah, plus you get another $50,000 in liquid fuels money, in addition to your 8.5 mils.
But Frank, we have everything broken over here. In the budget, that you guys, well, pretty much that Elizabeth did, road work is only $10,000 allotted. We need a lot more than $10,000 to fix the roads.
It was broken down in different places and that, but whatever, that's fine. That's,
Okay, Barbara?
Maybe we should talk to the fire department board and see if they could have an open house. So the residents can go in, look at our fire department and go from there. Because it is pretty bad. I saw pictures of the inside of it and I was very impressed with it. We formed an organization a few years ago and we went in and cleaned that fire hall. And Mary Ann Hill was one of them and so was Tom. And for some reason they didn't want to do that.
You think that's something you could do, Frank, is have open house and invite us all in so we could see the
I'll take
clerk?
it back to I'll take it back to our guys.
Okay, and like I said, we're more than willing to work with you. Teresa?
Frank, we don't wanna shut you down.
Can I have, whatever you have, can I have it in writing to take to the board?
Will we have it in writing tonight to take to the board?
Don't have to be tonight.
Okay,
We will give it to
okay,
you.
we will get it to you. Okay, Teresa has been trying to speak.
I was just saying that you're not saying in any way that you will not visit at a later time to give the fire department more money as needed, correct? That's what you're
That's
saying?
right.
Okay, that's all I wanted to say, that I just think that.
But we want to
that
get
would
a
be-
working, with them, we want them to come into, and give us somebody, I don't care, who it is, to come into the meeting. We're more than willing to work with them, try to open up your financial records, tell us what you need, and at this point, we don't know what their financial records are, it's all, but we are willing to work with them, we do wanna keep our own fire department open. And we're hoping, an olive branch is extended, and they will accept it. And like I said, we're willing, now it's pretty much on the fire department if they wanna work with us. That's how I feel. Does anybody have anything else? All right, so we did make a motion, we did second that, right? Okay. Now we gotta choose whether to keep the employee, and if we do so, we have to set the wage. Do we wanna keep the employee? No, not the employee wages, up to our wages. Do we want to keep the employees that we now have? Or do you wanna start fresh? Mike Winger is one of them, Jack Johnson's one of them, Tad Mike Jr. is one of them, Jerry Malak is
Jerry
one of
Malak
them.
quit.
Pardon me?
Jerry Malak quit when he turned his skater.
I talked to Jerry Malak, and he said that he'd still be willing to. Or do you want to, what do you want to do?
I haven't been known to know what
What?
the rest
Jack Johnson's working at Pine Grove now. Ray?
I guess if, the Homer who hasn't been a supervisor in the gym, this is his first meeting as well, if they don't really know the employees, maybe a suggestion would be
The table?
either that or to call the current employees and interview them and decide which ones you wanna keep and which ones you don't wanna keep. And, if you need to advertise, maybe include in the motion that you don't have enough people, if you choose not to take them, that you don't have to wait until next month to make a motion to advertise for employees, and just include it in the minutes, or in the motion. If we can interview all the, employees, and, if there's not enough candidates to fill the roster, then you have a motion already on hand to advertise.
Okay. Is Jack still working for us, Frank? Did he resign, or is he still working?
As far as I know, he's working for Pine Grove, he ain't been over here since, he was staying on until the end, till the second,
Uh-huh.
and that was it, as far as I know, but I'm not speaking for him.
Okay, do you want to,
I think he's pretty busy with Pine Grove at this point.
interview the ones that we have now, and you guys know who we have now, and then we'll decide.
I think that would be a very good idea.
Okay, so do I have a motion that we will, interview the employees that we have now, and, then if we decide to hire somebody new, then we'll put an ad in the paper?
Yes, I'd make a motion to do that.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second
Okay, all in favor? Aye. We need to establish the employee's wage. They have been getting $9.50 per hour. Do you want to make a motion after we interview them also, and decide what we will do then?
Yes, that would be
Okay, do I have a second?
second.
Okay, all in favor? Aye. Okay, now we gotta choose an engineering firm. I'm working on a grant with East Group. It will be coming in the spring for the handicap parking in the front. They have already, gave us the letter that we needed to do to get the money for the grant, and we did get the grant. We will need somebody to draw up plans, and they pretty much know. Frank and I met with East Group, and they pretty much know what we need. And the plans will have to be drawn up before we can put it out to bid come springtime. So I think we should stay with East Group,
I agree, East Group's treated us pretty good in the past.
okay?
Just from what I've seen around, I mean, I'm not totally new at this.
Okay.
I mean, my family's been supervisors for a long time, and I am a little bit familiar with that, so.
Okay, so do I have a motion to keep East
Yes,
Group?
yes, I'll make a motion to keep East Group.
Okay, do I have a second?